That doesn't mean that there's a deficit in me. It means that I need to be aware of what my natural fluencies are up to this point, be able to leverage those in really effective ways, and also be aware that the opportunities to develop skill in a particular language is not an intrinsic deficit. It's simply unpracticed. That's all.
This is so good.
Right?
Dr. Jerome, this is so good. I think that, and for me as somebody who's been an entrepreneur, I mean, an active business, having my business for 25 years, what you're reminding me and what's happening in my own life right now is that I am fluent in various things in different times in my life. You just highlighted that I can give myself permission to shift because I find myself in a different place. Even though I've been successful in this one thing, I don't have to stay there forever, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. And so we're constantly reinventing, as you said, recognizing the reinvention that's happening organically in our lives. But also, I think entrepreneurs are lifelong learners. They must be lifelong learners, because that's what you just talked about, is the fluency. We can practice that.
100%. And it's also okay to realize, man, I feel like I should be able to do this, but man, I just shifted a little bit. I made a little bit of a lateral shift or a vertical shift. I went up in my leadership or down in my leadership. I did it's like Cartesian coordinate, right? Left to right, forward and backward, and up and down. I'm changing my coordinates, right? And it feels like you're still in the same conversation, but gosh, why is it so different? Why is it so difficult? But so much of the loss in momentum and the loss in progress that we have is the confusion around why we no longer feel comfortable. And the reason we no longer feel comfortable is because we're exercising we may even be exercising the same muscle, but in a different way, or we're exercising a brand new muscle altogether. And again, that's not an issue of capacity. It's a conversation around stamina, strength, and utilization. If you use the same muscle, but you use it in a new way, that's like using the same muscle for the first time. And that's okay. It doesn't mean something's wrong. It means that something's new. And that's cool too.
Right. That's right. Absolutely. And these are great. I mean, you're using, you're what I call a metaphoriger. You're really good at foraging metaphors, but they're also very real, right? And that's what makes a good symbol, a good metaphor, is something that has a very real basis. And that whole metaphor of becoming fluent, traveling within different contexts, this kind of fluency and this flexibility, this ability to really listen and take in the newness and then flex that muscle over and over again, or strengthen that synapse, whatever you want to call it. These are all skill sets and mindsets of an entrepreneur. It's really fantastic.